Hi, it's Sarah here from Crafting and Stamping, and I'm back with another quick card. And my quick card today uses the Sale-a-bration set Beautifully Happy. This is a higher spend set. You need to spend £90 to get this for free during Sale-a-bration, but it is a really great set because we've got beautiful images for two-step stamping, so you can stamp these infills over the top of the outline stamps to get a beautiful quick flower, and it's got some great sentiments in it as well. Now, I used it some weeks ago to create this quick card, so I'll link to that for you to be able to go back to it. And we're going to make kind of a version of this today, but a larger card, and we're using somewhat different colours. We've still got the Orchid Oasis in there, but we're teaming it with Starry Sky and the Parakeet Party from the In Colours. And the reason I've done that is so that you could just order one pack of mixed In Colour card and the In Colour ink pads to be able to create this. I've created an A6 portrait card like that. There's a card front 3 7/8 by 5.5 of Orchid Oasis, and then I've created layers, and these are 2 inches by 3 inches for the basic white mat. Then that's up 1/4 inch all around and up 1/4 inch all around on that. So I'll put the measurements down below in the description so that you can get that. And we're going to stamp, we'll start with our small one, and I'm going to actually stamp this in the Parakeet Party, and then we're going to infill over the top. Like I say, this is the outline stamp, and then we're going to infill over the top with the Orchid Oasis for a bit of colour on the petals. And I'm going to stamp this near the top of this panel here, so that I can then put my sentiment below it. Actually, I just want it a little bit down, not too high on there, like that. And I will take off my stamp. So we've now got the little sepals and the little bud, and I'm just getting this lined up. You can see through to see where you're stamping. And while I've got that Parakeet Party out, I'm also going to do the little stamen also in this, just so that you don't have to go out and buy a yellow just for this stamp, for this set, for this card. So there, we've got that. And now we're going to stamp the two-step, the extra bit over the top. So I'm going to switch ink colours now. And I can just see a wisp of something on there. So to make sure that I don't smudge this ink, just looks like there's a hair or something. Maybe it's not. By the time we put this colour over the top, we're probably not going to see it. So let me just clean my block. I've got a bit of ink on the corner there. So like I say, I'm using Orchid Oasis. And I'm just making sure that I've picked this up so that you can see where the stamen goes in the middle. If I bring that up a bit closer to the camera, I think you'll be able to see. And you can see that it's just got that 2 sort of dips down at the bottom, which is what we're going to go just there. So now I'll ink up and stamp this. And again, I've got a bit of ink on the corner. Just take that off. So this is quite a juicy ink pad, and it is just possible that I might have been better going with a paler colour. not so easy to line it up because it's so dark. So, but I'm going to go with that. It's not perfect, but stamping isn't perfect. So finally, I'm going to put my sentiment on here, and then this can go to one side to dry. So I'm using the Starry Sky for my sentiment, and this is a sentiment from the stamp set, so it's all in one. And I'm just going to pop that there, being careful not to get that inky corner on there. And that's that. Now I'm keeping the Starry Sky out because what I'm going to do next is bring back in that card front with that's in Orchid Oasis. I'm just going to put some scrap paper in the background so that I don't get ink all over my mat. Ink that up. And what I'm going to do is just stamp this off a little into that corner. So I want the stem down below and just want to get the edge of this all around like that. And I should perhaps have pressed a little bit firmer in the centre there. So I will do that this time. But I'm going to do a similar thing over here. I want that nice and low on there, and this time just make sure that those flower centres have stamped. And I'm going to continue with this. This is going to give us a little bit of a background, so I'm just going to move that up my mat, not so that it's too far off, and just fit in the top of that in between the two that I've already stamped. There we are. And I'm still going to carry on a little bit further around by again coming in from the edge like that, so you can get a whole stamped background out of this single stamp. So I'm going to do a final piece over here like that, and again this is just curving in at the top like that. So that is our stamped image, our background stamped one. So for the rest of this is just assembly. So where have I put my seal? So I'm just going to put the layers together now. Making sure, trying not to get ink anywhere. And if your ink pad is too juicy and you are not happy with the level, then you could always stamp off ones first to get a slightly paler shade. So there we've got this. So pop this onto our Parakeet Party. Getting that nicely centred up. Just turn over and press from the back. And I'm just going to bring in a little bit of this ribbon that we've got. So this is Orchid Oasis. And I'm going to actually wrap a little bit around the front of here, and I like to use my tear and tape for securing it on the back. So I'll just grab a couple of pieces of that, but then I'm also going to create a bow to go on the top. So of course, if you're wanting a quicker card, then you could just leave out this ribbon bit. So I'm just going to actually pop that on there like that to hold it in place. I could have done that the other way around. I'll show you what I mean in a second. So try and make sure that that is straight. So use my grid paper in the background to check on it. So it's actually a bit easier if I do it over that way. So that's going to be that, and I want some dimensionals. So we're just going to pop some dimensionals on the back of here for it to stand out a little bit from the card front. And fairly generous with these so that it doesn't get squished going through the post. And of course we've got other sentiments in here for different occasions, so this is a great little set. Very useful in so many different ways you can use these images. So I'm going to pop that there like that, and then just to finish I'm going to tie a little bow. So a couple of bunny ears, wrap one over the other, pass it through, and we're just going to then tighten these, and again until I've got a bow that is about the right size that I want for this project. Trim, trim, and I prefer then a glue dot for this. So yeah, got some glue dots here, and I just find it easiest to press the bow to the glue dot to pick it up. And I'm just going to slightly, because this is very thin ribbon, slightly fold that glue dot. So, and there's our quick card for today. So there we've got a very pretty background to the image, all using that same stamp set, the Beautifully Happy. So I hope that that helps and gives you an idea for using this set. Please subscribe to my channel below to see a quick card every Monday and a quick tip every Friday. Thanks for stopping by.